It didn't matter if I scheduled it or not, did it? Well, I mean, if I gave people, like, I need to set a time, I need to set a day, at least one day of the week, I should have like a set time that I'm going to do we'll call it something. I don't know. I'm trying to decide. Not once a week, do like Johnny does, like have a specific day, not on the day he does it, but, maybe on a Friday night or Saturday evening, or in the middle of Saturday or the middle of Friday. I don't know. Like have a name for the specific show, maybe have some ideas of what to talk about. And that's where I'd probably have a guest on, you know what I mean? Like I was thinking about, it might work. It might help me keep kind of a track of something. I hope everybody's doing all right. I'm just, I'm kind of doing okay. Done a little bit of cleaning. I've been to the store. It was aggravating, man. I went to the ATM that I normally go to get cash out. I only get cash out really for my rent, and then a little bit over that because you can't get like $3.50. I can get the $50 over my rent, so I get that out. That ATM was empty, and I go to that ATM. I just mentioned it in my Jesus Calling video. I go to that ATM because it don't charge me nothing. It's in network. Well, before I came here and live, I thought I might be a little late going on live. I went over to this store in front of me, and it ain't the right kind of ATM, but so I did a $200 transaction to get out. Then I was trying to get the rest of the money out, and it said I didn't have the funds, but I did. And I don't know if that ATM just was out of money, or it shouldn't have said I was insufficient, but because I went ahead and bought something and then came home, and before I went live, I checked my account. It should have went through, but my card will charge me a fee too because I do. So I don't have the full amount, but I have the rest of the day. My landlord will probably come by sometime this evening. I don't know really what I'm going to do here. I'm just smoking a little real quick. But I have cleaned it. Like I said, I've done some cleaning. Done a little studying this morning. I shared that with you guys, like some from the Master Speaks. Like I said, I tried to go to the ATM and I couldn't do, like, I had got a ride because that ATM I have to get a ride to. And it was kind of disturbing, the way that my friend's grandson talked to me today was a little bit disturbing but I know that he's got things that eat at him, and he's little and they don't give him enough attention sometimes and stuff like that, and he don't get the right attention, you know. But I've never had him talk like that to me. Talk about, like, said I talk too much, I'm not clean, or whatever, I'm mean, and all this other shit. And I thought, I ain't never done nothing but, like when he's came over here before, I let him paint stuff. We paint, I gave him toys, and everything. I think he's just going through some times of his own. Cause Betty said that he was telling her yesterday that she didn't love him and all this other stuff. And I was like, dang, And then Betty's brother had said he had been kind of being pretty out of hand for the past few days. So I'm just working on tuning it out, like, cause I could let that bother me. But I feel like something is trying to eat at me. It's trying to agitate me to the point where, like, I might decide to do something that I don't need to do. And I'm keeping on point on that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't go over and get a drink or something. That's not what I went over for. So, went over there to use their ATM. And then, anyway, I don't know what you might be viewing here for, what you might expect out of me today. I really hadn't. I don't. My drumsticks are in my room. I can go get them. I might play. I might not. I don't know yet. As usual, we're just waiting to see who shows up. I hadn't went live here in a few days. I did. Oh, okay. Hey, James. That's cool. I appreciate it. Uh, I don't recognize your name, and you'll have to forgive me if I'm not aware whether if you're subscribed. I'm not aware of it. Like at this point where my channel is, uh, sometimes I think it still gives me notifications in my studio, maybe that I got new subscribers, but it happens. I don't go in there that much. Like I don't think after a certain point, it might tell you got a subscriber, but don't tell who anymore. Like I think anyway. Okay, appreciate it. Well, you get what I'm saying. Like I'm noticing a large amount of people coming on board. Like every day when I create a video and upload it, I see that more people have subscribed, and I don't necessarily have it in the notification, and so I don't really. But anyway, that's cool. Yeah, it was weird the other day. I don't know if you caught me on what was it, Sunday or Saturday? Was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday, where I had my been correct. Like my one of the subscribers mentioned in comments on my Jesus Calling video that it was like, the first, it wasn't the 29th. And I was like, what? I'm off a day on my reading. And dang, I went back and realized that on January 7th, I did a video for Jesus Calling, but somehow I skipped January 8th. So I'm thinking on January 8th, I opened the book and thought it was the 9th, wasn't paying attention, and I just did a video for the 9th and kept going that way, and nobody else had ever caught it. I was shocked because I was like, darn, man. But so that's no big deal, because I think those readings, you could read any one of those on any given day and get something out of it. It's just like, you could open up the Bible and read the scripture at any given day and every given time, and it could be meaning something different on each day. But I just thought that was an interesting fumble, Oh. And I appreciate you being here, though, listening. I don't know if anybody else will show up. Sometimes we have a few people, like sometimes I get impatient. Like I think the longest I've stayed on here before and waiting and then nobody showed up was like 25 to 30. I've been, trying to hold on there for like, after a certain point, I'm like, might need to stop and then give it another go later. Because sometimes I'm just picking the wrong time of day, but that's neither here or there. Everybody's got lives to live, But yeah, I think that I feel like maybe because, I struggle with, my main struggle, like I said, was alcohol. And so I've got a good 2 weeks in again. The last time I did falter and made the bad choice, I had over 2 weeks. And then I drank on a Monday. And then here we are again. And it's been 2 more weeks. So you could say a month minus a day. You know what I mean? Like, so I'll take that is what I'm getting at. But I get a sense that a lot of times when I am on when I've had these good string of days in a row, I do realize on some days, like today, I've been a little off. And I don't know if that's because that boy was talking like that this morning, because I didn't feel that way too much before I got in the van and we were heading. And then Colton said a few things, and I was like, I had to be reminded that he is young. And anyway, I feel like something is messing with him too. To be honest, I think I've thought that a long time ago, but and that's understandable because I even when I bought that drink for him, I said, "Hey, Great Cloud ain't mad at you, you know." I said, "Everybody's got shitty days, you know. Everybody's got bad days." And whether we like it or not, I can admit that some days I have been in a bad mood and took it out on people that didn't deserve it, and it had nothing to do with why I was feeling bad. And that's part of the human experience sometimes, you know, like it's about though if you do that, are you able to correct yourself? Are you able like if you know you were out of line and you was a little like off like with somebody, are you able to like say, hey, like it might take a minute, but you're like able to go to them and go, look, I didn't mean to act like that, you know, like if it's somebody you're close to, they're usually gonna accept it, you know, and then if it ain't, like you, sometimes I just have to, but I try not to do that. You get what I'm saying? But I'm trying to think what I could share with you. Oh, I'm actually feeling a little better. I don't feel quite, you know, like those things. You know what I'm going to do real quick? Let me share this. If this buffers for a second, it'll be right back. I'm going to just share this again. And there we go. There we go. And yeah, I think somebody else is trying to tune in. Right before I did that, I shared this link a couple of times on X when I made the scheduled the thing, but I just realized I went live. I might as well share it again. Yeah, you know, like I've mentioned to people like a lot of times, like I have a broad perspective on things, but like I don't always like I try to meet people where they're at, like because not everybody quite understands it the same way that I see it, or I might have been shown things. Yeah, we're all a little bit unique in that way, I think. And some people are only, you know, sometimes we're limited by what our environments and our upbringing and things like that. But I feel like I'm being challenged a little bit today, and that's good. You know, I guess that's what I was getting at is that it kind of ate at me. I moved through it. I bought the little boy a drink, you know, a little bug juice. He likes him, and just told him, "Hey, now." Because he used to be able to talk to me about things and like that he obviously wasn't able to talk to them about or something. A lot of times his parents are like not paying attention or something. And I can't imagine that'd be aggravating. It'd be like everywhere you turn, people like ignoring you or something, you know. But you know, the spirit helps me to remember that those particular things aren't important. Like because people are going to think what they want to think, and they're going to say what they want to say, and sometimes they say things they don't mean. So that's important to remember also for me. You know, like to digest that. And I have to remember. I know it's not all about me, and I have to remember that. Even though I'm on this talking about my life right now, but I'm just trying to share and hopefully that it relates to or somebody can relate to it. Because I don't like it when but things have been going really good and I've been really just rolling with it. Like, you know, so like I've procrastinated so much in my life that sometimes I find myself spending large portions of time wasting it, like, or I consider wasting it, where I'm not doing anything productive. And so these past couple of weeks, man, I've really been putting more effort into the channel. I've picked up my interest in, like, you know, I'm not like a visual artist very much, but I like to mess around. Like, I want to get better at what I can do. So, like, if I have ideas, I can put it on paper, and then, like, someone that's really good at drawing, I can present an idea to them, and they see, like kind of a rough take of what I see in my head. And been doing a lot of playing around on the bucket and the storage bins. Matter of fact, but something today, I'm just not knowing if I feel like doing it right this minute. Uh, so it's a day outside. It's really sunny, so I do some good. Probably sometime after I end this, like whenever we get done doing this stream. Oh, by the way, James, how are you doing? That's rude to me. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. I should see that. I'm assuming you're doing all right if you're here and you're listening and you're being like cool. Like, I appreciate that. But yeah, if you were here a minute ago, you were talking. If you heard me talking about what I've been thinking about is thinking about maybe having a specific day every week that I have a actual. I don't really have a setup that's convenient for having a lot of guests on or stuff yet. I can do it on the mobile and maybe have one person come on as someone to like. But it'd be cool. Like, I'm trying to brainstorm and think, like, have a scheduled day where, like, everybody knows that if I haven't streamed at all anytime other than that day, they know that that day I'm going to probably do it unless something major happens. Because like the way I've been doing live streams is a lot of times just going with how I feel, and that I'm going to continue to do that too. But I thought it'd be interesting for me to, not anytime maybe soon, but to be thinking about that, like here in a little while, like start kind of. And that's something that I can, like, each week I can, like, know that that's a day that I'm going to at least stream for a couple of hours, an hour or two at least, and that I'm going to do it at a specific time, and I can have maybe some things to, over the period of from one week to the next, I can think about something to be interesting, or talk to somebody in between the times before I set it up, and ask if they want to come on that day or something, like give them enough time to think about it. That's when I would use StreamYard. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to use StreamYard on those days, is what I was thinking. So, really, I'm just working on letting. You're welcome. I'm not quite sure but I was just saying that one would assume that if you are watching and you're listening, and I ask you how you're doing, I'm gathering it's probably decent, like at least enough that you're there and you have the time to pay attention for a minute. Sometimes I think I should have more to offer, like in a live stream, and I guess that's why I'm thinking about a scheduled thing at some point. I want to get better at that. Like, I just don't have a set time any day. Like, I could stream most of the days. I have a lot of large time, but like the reason I hadn't streamed like I was streaming the past few days is I had spent time in the world, like doing a few things, like around here, going and getting some things, like, and I just realized like it wasn't necessary to necessarily go live. I did try live yesterday and just kind of got a little frustrated and just ended it a little soon. And I've been going live on, because I'm on the platform, I have an account on X, so I'm kind of experimenting with going live over there some. So I've went live there a few times this week, this past week. And it wasn't until yesterday that I finally had a pretty good experience where someone was actually commenting to me. Like, so far, I've went live over there and I'd see a number of people click in and come in, and then some of them watching. But yesterday I had actual interaction. But I'm just trying to keep it like different. Like over there, some of the things I might talk about or you see is just exclusive to me, to that account, where I'm not like having to share it over here. I want it to be all like, if someone doesn't, if they're only following me there, then that's fine. But they're going to get a few things that, like, trying to make it a little different. That's what I'm trying to do with the second channel too. So, forgot about my I made some it's strawberry watermelon mix to hydrate you, non-sugar, and then I had some alkaline water and I put some apple cider vinegar in it. I've been bought some apples. Hey, Keisha. How you doing, Keisha? It's good to see you, or hear from you. I'm just sitting here, kind of just rambling on, it feels like. Well, I'm not really rambling. I was talking about some things, Yeah, I'm doing okay. I think today was just, like I told James, or he was been here. Today was a little like I was a little slow going and moving this morning. I'd slept plenty, went down early last night, but I was a little bit like slow in getting going. And but then when I got out with my neighbor earlier, like I'd already mentioned this, but Betty took me over to the town, and her grandson was like talking some weird stuff towards me, and I've never had that happen, like, because I've gave him toys. He's come over here. You've probably seen the videos, if you remember, like some videos. Sometimes I'd videotape when he'd be over here, and we'd be painting rocks or like doing something around here. But I'm just chucking it up to the fact that he's probably going through. There's things going on with him, and then Betty had mentioned. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, James. Keisha's been following me for a little while now. James had said he recently found the channel through the Jesus Calling videos. That's what a lot of people are finding. I've been wondering, like, how do I keep it? Like, I'm trying to remember when I started last year. Like, I hadn't quite figured out what month I started on last year. Because I would like to know, because I know it wasn't at the beginning. So if I haven't finished the playlist yet. It only goes back so far, but what I need to do is realize which one did I start with. Like, I've got it already up. I got to think about that, so when I come up on that time, I can be like, okay, I've done all of them. Like, but the truth is, I didn't really do them all, because sometimes last year when I first started, I'd skip a day or two and not do the video. I was reading them to myself, but I wasn't necessarily making a video for them. But I've been consistent, other than getting off track back last month. I've been doing them pretty regular every single day for almost a few months now. And lo and behold, like I said, I got off date somewhere in January. What's up, Peyton? Just hanging out. We're just hanging out. But yeah, so I've had a little bit, like, everything's been going really good, Keisha and Peyton and everybody, but Keisha had asked how I'm doing. And then today, it's just been like, it's been a little like, it wasn't quite like that, but I started off slow, and then so it did bother me a little bit, hearing some of the things the boy said. So I was just like, but like, what can I do about it, And even if like I'm trying to figure out. I can't be worried about, but like I think I'm being I think something's trying to get me to foul up is what it is. Yeah, whatever, Hayden. I believe that uh, when I anyway, I don't know what to say, but in other words, I know the joke. We know you ain't at the bar, but trying to get my spirits back, just kind of pick up. I think I just decided to do a live because I hadn't went live really and talked to you guys in a few days, so that was why I went on here, and it's helping. It's helping me kind of. Yeah, I know. I had to make a joke, right? Right? Like, I know what part of it is. Like I said, part of it's the lack of some of the attention that is probably not being given. But I'm still in a conundrum about I got to still get out at some point and get the rest of my rent money out, and so But I'm not. I'm trying to not worry about nothing. And let's see. Yeah, Keisha, did you leave? I don't know if Keisha left or not. Sometimes she can't stay very long, but I kind of told her what was going on. I think she heard, and at first, like I scheduled this when I put it up, I was kind of feeling okay. Like I kind of like, and then all of a sudden when it got closer and I walked over to the store and all that, I started feeling like a little anxious. I was like, man, I don't know. That's kind of like I don't know why, but y'all have heard me say in the videos, and I've even said it in the live stream sometimes that not every day is gonna be like just so. Every day ain't gonna be smooth. Every day ain't gonna be hunky dory. It's not always gonna be like pretty. Uh, I do have a pretty day in front of me, and it's nice. What I was saying, that probably when I get done here, I probably will go outside and enjoy a little bit of the sunlight. That's really necessary for my, good mental health. And I've been trying to be more active. That's another reason, like I said, the past few days. Oh, so it's like normally I would feel like having my drumsticks here and playing. Like I don't even feel like that. So that kind of tells you how off I feel like right now. So another thing I'm going to do is not just go outside. I'm actually going to take my shoes off and my socks off and put my bare feet to the ground again because I've done that twice this week. And whether you think I'm kooky for that or not, there is there's something to it. You don't have to believe it, but there is. It's pretty well known that like we do have a connection to the earth. There's a magnetic field and everything. So all I know is that I had not done that in a long time. I hadn't just went barefoot out in the grass on a nice sunny day and just touched my feet to the earth and like absorbed that. Just, and I did that a couple times this week and that gave me some pretty good energy and just, it gave me a boost of like the sunlight, bare feet. It was, warm enough to be out there and just kind of tuning in to, because what I've been focusing on every day is focusing on It don't matter. I've said my legal name before. I don't go by it. Gray Cloud is actually what I prefer. And it's because the spirit, like I feel like God told me who I was back in 2008. So, but no, I don't have a problem with telling you that my legal first name is Jason. I mean, I guess I should be a little cautious about it. I don't know. Like people talk about getting doxxed, and I think to myself, there ain't much of me. Like, what's going on here? Like, you can get my name, you know. But I'm just saying that nobody really calls me Jason other than like my sister, because I don't like she never really. But I wasn't around her much when I started, and I'm just making it clear that Gray Cloud is not a nickname to me. It's like I went out in the woods, was on a journey, had somebody with me trying to teach them a few things I knew. 3 months there in the winter, like 4 miles out of town by the lake, no vehicle or anything, but we just had that was Camp Solitude. And during those days, I was just still exploring a lot of things about my spiritual life and everything. And at this point, I already knew God was real, but I just didn't know the whole out. It was like I was kind of moving up a little in my growth. And of course, I didn't quite when it came to me, like the Gray Cloud name, and it was like, this is what you are, this is who you are. Um, the way the way it related to me was because a lot of times in my life I've been in the gray areas, and that's what I've kind of interpreted it as is that, and also not just the gray areas, but gray clouds usually signify like replenishment. Like certain gray clouds. Like some people thought when I started going by Gray Cloud uh, that was a bad or like downer name, and I was like, no. Like think about it. Like with gray clouds, usually comes rain, even if it's downpours or whatever. After gray clouds have passed, usually the earth is happy, and the sun comes out, and so. But over the years, I've learned a little bit more about why I feel that you know none of this I can prove to anybody, and I always say that. I can't prove any of the things that I know to be true for me, like the whole. I use the term Big Kahuna, the Creator, but God, for lack of better terms, the Christ, that which is already that revealed itself many years to me, many years ago to me, and verified that it was there. Like that's all I gotta say is that. Uh, I mean, I could. I'm not that. It would always be appreciated. It's not that I like at this point. I'm not like dying like, but yeah, it's like because I still got things I got to do. I'm trying to figure out get my dog. I'm sorry. I'm just no. I'm saying like I'm leaving. What were you asking? Uh, it's how do I do that? See, I can't do that without. I think I have to turn on my hotspot and then use my other phone because it's frustrating. I normally put it in my chat and I just didn't today because uh, it's All it is the channel name. It's Greycloudyday 73. You get what I'm saying? Like Grey Cloudy Day 73. Of course, the cash sign. If you need me to get my phone and put it in there, I can say it again. No, you caught me off guard is all. It's like it's always appreciated because I do sometimes need it. Like, and there's never any time. You know what I mean? I am on a fixed income. I don't make money off of YouTube or anything. It's like, and there are people that help me out from time to time. And did you get it? You said. So it'd be like, if you pull it up, you'll see. It'll probably say my legal name there. Just let me know. Like, I can tell. It's not. I mean. I have to reply to someone in a little bit. I just saw where someone might. I didn't mean no disrespect to them, and I didn't think they meant disrespect to me. I just was I feel like stupid now. Anyway. If you're saying you got it, if you didn't get it, I can tell you. Oh. Do what? Okay. Well, if you can't, it's not a big deal. I'm saying if you can and you do, I appreciate it. And if not, it's not but you were saying that you've got it. Like, I'll know, like I do have my notification on for my emails and stuff. Like when I get it'll tell me that like when I see it, like when I pull down my notification, I'll see that somebody did something. And then I go in there. Oh, okay. I was that way for a while. Like, there was somebody wanting to send me something like Western Union one time, and I didn't have an ID, and I had to. And then there was somebody going to send me something Cash App, and I hadn't set my own up. Like I had someone asking, and I had to have it sent to like a neighbor's their account, and then have it transferred into. Yeah, it was like it wasn't a big deal, but it just was a little bit of a kind of a similar thing, like a. And whoever else is here, feel free to chime in. What I was saying is somebody had commented on my, the video that I made this past week, where I thought it was payday and it wasn't hitting yet, and so I went out, and somebody helped me out that day, and it was strange because the second person that helped me out offered like. In the end of the whole thing, it was like she was like, "Well, here's this $14, and whatever you want to get, just get it." Because she had brought up alcohol, and like I was like, "Well, I really am trying not to." And I remember I shared in the video, and I knew that the person in the comment wasn't meaning any disrespect to me. I was just reiterating to them that I didn't, like I didn't take them up on the offer. Actually, what I did was I was about to fall into that temptation, and then I looked at them and said, "No, I'm gonna get more food." Like I've been this far long without a drink. I don't need one, and I got to just remind myself every day of that. But I thank God that any day I get, that's what I was getting at. I think that when we're doing really well, Like when I'm doing well in one area, now I don't know if you, I'm sure you understand this. When you're doing good in one area of your life, it'll seem like some of the other areas in your life that can give you trouble that you hadn't had much trouble with in a while, those things will start simmering and like boiling up. Or something will kind of be trying to throw wrenches in it. Like, so, okay, I'm not drinking, but they're like trying to creep in some other way. Like, whether it be through somebody saying something mean or disrespectful or do what? Are you saying I'm talking my ego? I'm sorry. Maybe I'm interpreting that wrong. I think I know what you're saying. Oh, right. Oh, that's my ego. I get what you're saying. My ego is playing with me. Like yeah, okay. You'll have to forgive me. Like sometimes when you're reading someone's words, things are harder to know exactly what they mean. Like, like if I was in front of you and we were talking, to hear someone and how they're saying it also sometimes will make a big difference. Just like with comments and you know what I mean? Like sometimes I'll read a comment. Now I've had some people like outright say some things and I just like ignore it or try to. No, I didn't think you did, but I was like making sure that I wasn't coming across egotistical. You were meaning I get what you were talking. You're like talking in like the ego in general. Like I get it because our ego will like yeah, my ego won't let me. It's trying to. The ego is what's trying to get me to falter. It's like wanting it, like it's that inner voice that I shouldn't be, that I don't need to listen to. It is what it basically. It's like that part, like trying to get me to overanalyze why some kid was being like rude. Like if I can, if it can make me think so hard about what anybody else is saying to me or think about or comment on when I'm just being myself and I'm putting it out in the ether and trying to, be uplifting and inspirational to the best of my ability, then I should let it just go. Thank you. Though I need reminders sometimes. Like to me, it's good because sometimes we can be going so in such a smooth we can be going in such a good way or we think we are that we have blinders up and we're not like aware of where we might be vulnerable. But see, like today I'm aware of it and like I'm being on guard. I'm trying to like not let some weird thing eat at me to where like I decide to something stupid. Something that's not in my best interest. So really, I just want to. I'm glad to be here. And like yesterday, I was real like you saw. If you seen any of the videos yesterday, I was really in a good spirit. Like starting off the whole day. A few little tunes came to me that I might work on those later too. That one like there was one like I haven't written it down, but where I was talking, just being grateful. I'm trying to remember how like it went, but I was watching it a couple times yesterday evening, kind of like just absorbing what came to me because it was just in the moment, like talking about how we all need to be just. I was trying to sing out words, and they were just kind of coming, and I just recorded it so that I'd have, and then I uploaded it here, and now I can just watch it. It's a little short something. Life is amazing. Life is beautiful. Yeah, that's what I was saying something like that. Life is amazing. Life is beautiful. I am so very grateful. Of course, that was something new there. I'm just kind of coming off the hip there. So that's, to me, it's just singing like that. Even when I'm not on camera or on a live stream, like it's like, I'll be like, that helps to release a lot of like some of the negative vibes or the anxiety that I have sometimes. Just that's why I've been like putting a lot more into being creative, whether it be like just clapping my hand and trying to sing and rejoicing and being grateful, even if even if I'm having a bad day, trying to be like the first thing I do. But when I'm on a roll and having the good days, that's when I really got to be grateful. Like, ew. It's a beautiful day. Or what's it? Life is amazing. Life is beautiful. What was it? See, I'll have to watch that video again. Like a lot of times but I know there's something to it, and I'm going to work with it. Like the last time I watched it this morning, I think I watched it. It's like a minute and something long. I was like, man, I need to. Like, I kind of remember the words, but I don't. But I like the tempo I was doing the short end, because I did it a couple of times where it was like slower and then maybe too fast. So, but life is amazing, life is beautiful. We should be grateful for every day we get. That was one of the lines. Yeah, we should be grateful for every day we get. I'll have to work on that though. Yeah, sometimes when I'm in service, like, I don't go every time, but sometimes when I go, I just listen to everybody else sing. But there's a certain few songs that sometimes they'll be doing. And if the words come up on the wall, and it's one of them particular songs that just I kind of know, but I'm not maybe by heart. But some of the songs I'm starting to kind of, like, I couldn't recall them right now. But when they start playing them, like, I don't have to necessarily follow the words on the wall the whole time. So, and I'm really happy, for me, I'm glad that I've been 2 weeks in a row. Like, I don't go to every open door thing. Like, a lot of times I don't go in the evenings. I very rarely go in the evenings on a Sunday. And I've made a few Wednesday services, and sometimes, like, there's times that I don't necessarily, but it's somewhere that when I do attend pretty regular, even if it's just one day a week on a Sunday morning, it seems to make the whole week kind of be a little smooth. Like, I get something out of it. I have a little bit of community, and it helps kind of start the week in a better. I've always noticed, like, if I have been going for a number of weeks in a row, and then I miss, and then I miss again, and then by the third week, I can totally tell a whole big difference in the way my days are going. And usually, it's not just that part of it. A lot of it has to do with also me getting out of routine in what I do every day. Like, giving thanks first off before I ever get out of bed. Doing a lot of communication before I get on my phone or anything. Just like sitting there kind of meditating on and trying to not think too far into the day and allow myself to let the day unfold however it's going to be, even if it's the same mundane thing every day. But not every day's mundane, I used to think of it that way. I used to dread life, and I'm glad that I can say I actually somewhat enjoy it for the most part. We all have bad days sometimes, but I'm learning how to handle that better. Yeah. So you go. Well, I mean, I don't belong to the church I go up to. I mean, actually, I do, I guess, but I haven't officially ever joined. I mean, like, I just probably won't. Well, at one time I thought about doing it, but church to me is within. Like, true church is like, even if there's not another person there, I know that two is like, it's like makes. But if it's just me and the spirit, I'm in church. If I'm in, either I'm talking to the spirit and sharing things, or I'm just being in that mode where it's communicating to me and it's kind of like just guiding me through my day. I really enjoy those days. I wish there was a magic formula. Yeah, that's how I feel, is that my mind, even sometimes on days that I'm not necessarily doing everything how I should, but I feel like for me, in the past few years, I've learned what it really means to have, for it to come to the understanding what living word means. Like, it's not just those words in that book. It's also what's written on your heart. It's also what's like, because it says there that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So, like, even before words as we know them existed, Christ was already the Word. Like, it didn't even need a word in human. Like, it didn't. Like, God doesn't need us here to make up words for it. Hey, Tina. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've said before that, like, just because someone doesn't believe in a God doesn't cancel out God's existence. Like, like all the people in the world, like, we all could just be non believers, but that's not going to cancel out the fact. Like, anyway, that's what I like to think, is that I need the creator more than it needs me. Oh, okay. Grocery shopping, Tina. Get me something. No, you know what I mean. Yeah, I think I'm pretty good now for a few weeks. I got a lot of meats and stuff stocked up. And my next thing I need to think about is calling the vet and trying to get one of these, because I think Biddy's about to maybe be on the verge of being in heat, and I ain't got a collar for her. I need to get her collared. So even if I can't get her to the vet and get it all done. Oh, okay. I enjoy the pictures or the little shorts when you put them up of your food and stuff, Tina. Oh, oh, okay. There's somebody, Victoria, who watches the channel. That a lot of times, if she catches me on here, but she homeschools her granddaughter. She has a cat that gave birth to one kitten, and she had never experienced that. Which I had that happen once too. I had a cat that we thought it was going to have, and it just had one big old, like, it was a huge kitten. So I'm assuming that's rare, but possibility. Lucy's a good name. I remember I had that little chihuahua that showed up in the yard here that really belonged to somebody on the other side of the fence over, and then I took care of. But she ended up getting I left the door open one night or something. She got out there off the porch, and I believe some of these wild dogs got her. She wasn't no more. And then I actually did find part of her body like a few weeks later. So I didn't mean to sound Great Cloud. Why did you just go there? I didn't mean to tell such a morbid story. I'm sorry. But yeah, little Lucy was her. That's what I called her. Little. She was really old too. I feel like I'm babbling on. Oh, let's see. So, yeah, I don't think I don't have to make nothing really tonight. Well, I've got tuna fish I made yesterday in a big old bowl, and I only ate so much of it, and I've got plenty of it to eat on later. And this morning I had a little hen. Okay, James, I appreciate it, and have a good day, man. I'm probably going to get off here shortly. We've been talking an hour or so, and like if you can't get it done, don't worry about it or nothing, But I appreciate it if you do. Anyway, have a good, really good, blessed day. Thank you. Oh, hey, Mr. Self-Destruct, what are you doing? Have you been here, or are you just getting here? Mr. Self-Destruct? Mr. Self-Destruct's cool, y'all. I enjoyed the other day, Sunday. He was using he was trying to learn how to use the StreamYard better, and invited. He had a few people. Like he was just. Oh yeah, I seen one. I watched the one with Strange Signal because I commented on it. Well, I told you who it was, didn't it, though, Mr. Self? You didn't know. Hadn't figured out it was Charlton Heston. No, I had not. I'd probably seen it in brief moments and not really cared nothing about it when I was young. But are you doing all right today? Self-destruct. I'm doing fairly well. Um, I was talking about. Well, I was telling them about the day kind of has been a little off. I've been a little I think something is trying to because I've been doing really well for the past few weeks. You know what I'm saying? I've been sober. I've been maintaining. I've been doing a lot every day with, today I haven't drawn anything, but I've been messing around with the drawing. I've been brainstorming on writing. I've been doing a lot with the channel, my drumming and practicing and communicating with people. And then it was like today, I felt like kind of like someone was trying to get me to dwell on things or be like in a bad way in my mind. And I'm just pushing that away. I'm like, get away, get away. No. Because if I let things that don't really matter, that I can't do anything about, I don't need to be letting that bog me down. So, because at the end of the day, people are going to think whatever they want and they're going to say whatever they want. Yeah, and And then sometimes people have a reason why they're saying things a certain way or whatever. It's because they're not in a good way that day. And I understand that sometimes. Because I'm not always in the great way, you know? Oh. Hold on a second. Let's see what they're working at. I've been sitting for a minute. My legs are starting to cramp up. Tina, have you decided what you're going to eat tonight? Tina was talking about Mr. Self-Destruct. She's in the grocery store parking lot about to go in the grocery store. She's trying to think what she's going to eat or make for dinner. Yeah, I needed to get up for a minute, man. Sometimes, man, I'll be in here and streaming. I have to remind myself, because like this chair I sit on in the living room, it sits a little low. And then when I'm streaming in my bedroom on my bed, it sits a little too high. So I get this like weird, in here, my legs are weird. Like they get a different type of feeling from when I'm in there, but both have to do with me not sitting on a proper, I do have a desk chair right here with a pillow in it that sits at the right, it's sitting at the right height where my legs touch the ground just right. They're not barely hanging off like my bed. I don't mean to talk y'all's ear off, but yeah. So James had left. He said he was here with me for most of the time. I'm trying to think about Mr. Self-Destruct. I'm trying to envision and I might have talked to you about this the other day. I want to try to, at some point, I'm going to try to pick a day out of the week and set a time where like I try to stick to it, where yeah, you might see me go live any time of day on any given day, but like have a specific day that I do go live at a certain time every week, like Johnny does, so people will know. Yeah, I had fractured mine years ago, and it actually is what I broke my tailbone and never went to the hospital, but it had caused fractures in my back, and that's how I ended up having back surgery. But it was like a few years later, I was having problems with my back, and in the ER, they found that I had two of my lumbars one was almost completely gone, and they had to like emergency, and I ain't been the same since. But it ain't all about me. Yeah, like like when I was in and out with you that day, like, well, you remember like the second time I had to I got off there, but that's why sometimes I'll like end like if I've been sitting like too long, it's not good for me. Like my legs could get they'll get numb or something. Like I've got diabetes too. I gotta be careful about that too. You know, you don't want to like, sit for so long, like but I'm like the more I learn to like, I eventually want to be able to stream like some of them. Like if I, like I said, if I can set a day, and then be like and start sticking to like I like how I do it though. Like I just kind of randomly, just depending on how my day's going, because some days I don't even care to go on. Like but I want to be able to do it where I have a set day, and those would be the days that if I want to invite somebody on, that's when I do it. Like because like if I start trying to use the StreamYard, I gotta be mindful of how long. Because I can't use StreamYard every single day, or I'd use up all the hours real quick. But I figured on the days that I'm just doing my own, like this, like just go from the app on YouTube, and then once I schedule a day and start doing that, like each week I can kind of like ask somebody if they want to come on and stuff, and just set up a StreamYard and set it up. give people a note, like every week, an advance notice. Of course, the more you do it, the more people get used to it and will remember and stop by. I just have a hard time thinking people are stopping by trying to look. Like I want to be. I don't want to be boring people, you know. I want to be like if I'm talking about something, I want to at least be talking about something that's of some substance. I don't want to just be like fucking babbling, which I feel like I am, but. That's why it would be cool. Maybe we can do what I'm really wanting to do with my second channel when it gets a little bit more up there on the subscribers. That's where I'm gonna try to do a scheduled first time ever live stream. I could do that over there and do a StreamYard maybe and have somebody like you or somebody if you want to, you know, because what I want to do on that stream is like have some of my comic books sitting around where I can show people and maybe talk about that kind of stuff. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I got to carve time out a lot of the time, and I was babbling like a nut that night for hello for time streaming in 13 years. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I figured. Like, when it's just me doing these, when people come in and actually interact with me in the chat like you're doing, then I'm like pretty, like it flows. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm usually able to keep it kind of going because either someone's asking me questions or I'm talking about something. And like people are interested in whatever the hell I'm talking about. Like James earlier was just listening to me mostly, and I appreciated that, man. You know, like, cause like I said, like I felt like I feel like I've been a little bit let's just say I feel like I was a little bit under spiritual attack today. You know, just a little bit. I think we all, or you know, you don't have to believe it, but I could feel it. I know. I know something ain't liking that I've been in a good mood for fucking 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Something, yeah. Something is not liking that Grey Cloud has had like 2 straight weeks of like pretty good days. And it's like we're gonna throw a kink in that motherfucker, you know, like let's throw something in there. Come on, man, let's see if we can, you know, and I'm gonna have to learn. But yeah. Obviously I feel a little better just going live. Like I thought I was gonna end it like when James said he was getting out of there, I was gonna probably get off of here and then you popped in. Like I'm not sure if you'd already been there for a few minutes or you were just kind of like, I wasn't thinking you were there very long, but you were, when you said bye to dude, I was like, well, hell, I'm gonna stay on here for a minute. You know, like there ain't nothing I have to be doing right this second. Well, actually, when I get off here, I'm gonna do some things that I've mentioned already, which was one of the things I'm gonna do is go outside again and soak up some sunlight and probably take my shoes and socks off, and put my bare feet on the ground again today. I think I'm feeling a little off too because I don't have my necklace on. I probably should put it on. Because I have been wearing my Moldavite every day with my cross. And like Moldavite's got some high good energy, you know. Or it does for me. But like you can't wear it like I have to take it off at night. Like I try to, like it's got such an intense energy. Yeah. That, you know, I have to balance how much like, but that, like I've grounded myself a couple of times this week out there, just like putting my bare feet on the ground. And I know some people don't buy into that or even believe that shit, and they don't have to. I know that it makes me feel better. It feels like I charge up. I feel charged. I feel better connection to the spirit and everything. So, you know, I'm like, hey, and it had been so long since I just went barefoot for a few minutes and just stood in the yard or on the ground. And I totally think that some of the things like I had been not doing for a long time and I did this week actually helped in my overall mental state, bro. Like, I'm trying to figure out. But, okay. Let's see what you say. Sometimes, yeah. Well, I'm not like but I'm not I'm not a kook, but I do know there are some things, whether they're scientifically proven or not, people have done for years and thousands of years that work for them. And there's a reason, because, and even if it's just a placebo effect, it doesn't hurt nothing. But I've seen like studies on that kind of stuff, because there is a magnetic field and we're a part of it and all that kind of stuff, Just like how our bodies are made up of like 80, 90, 85, 90, 80 to 90% water. We're largely mostly water, so. And then it's like you ever seen them studies, like you can I love that guy that where they put the word, they didn't say it to the water, they tape a certain word onto the container of water, and depending on what word it is, then you look at it in a microscope. If it's a bad word like hay or something, it'll be all screwed up looking. And then if it's like love, you look under a microscope and it looks like pristine, and crystal likewise. But some people would probably say, oh, Greycloudyday, it's like new age stuff. No, man, it's like our words and our thoughts do have a lot to do with how we feel and how our reality is going to interact with us. Yeah, I've seen, like in the same thing that I was seeing, they also did where you could say words and it would react. The same with plants. Like, they do those studies on plants where, like, put a plant in one room and play a certain type of music, and then put a plant in another room. Or you have a plant where one plant's being talked to and loved on and said how great it is every day when it's watered and taken care of. The other one's talked like shit to, or not even gave any attention other than that it's just watered. And you don't even talk to it. It'll like not do as good. It'll die quick, Yeah. Yeah, like, definitely. So, like, that's why, like, I miss that I haven't been in water in a long time, like in a big body of water where I could, like, float and do my thing. Like, I really need to get in some water soon. Yeah, somatics. But yeah, trying to think. Oh, let me check my battery real quick. Okay, still pretty good on that. I just always be mindful on my, especially if I've been on, if I'm going on over an hour and stuff, I always look at things. On my app for YouTube to go live, I do have the option to send a link to, it says send a link to another creator. You can't have but one person share it with you, but You know, like someone that's got like, if I didn't want to use StreamYard, or if someone, because someone mentioned to me this past week about they'd like to go live with me sometime. And I said, yeah, cool. I just ain't, they don't have, I tried to give them my email like last year, but I don't know if they never did email. Well, like I've noticed it on YouTube. I just looked it up the other day. When I go live or when I set it ahead of time, like even if it's just an hour ahead of time, there's a thing there that says it's like go live together. So I looked it up on Google like yesterday or the day before, and it said that allows you to invite another creator. Like I can, if I wanted to go, if I turn go live together on it, I tried that the other day, and it said send this link to another person that you want to like. I don't know if that's got to be exclusively another person with a channel on YouTube, or can I send the link to anybody? You know, I really hadn't tried it, but it's good to know because I am on just a phone, you know, like but if I'm going to I don't really see myself needing much more than just one given person, maybe two at any given time if I'm doing a live stream though. As far as, I don't want to get so many people, like if I'm having to do it on my phone and done the StreamYard and like I said, you were here and like another person, I could still do it, but I would be like, everything's going to be real small to me. So I was like, man, probably keep it simple, you know, just have like one other person on at a time, like when I'm doing it until I get like a good. Hey Gideon, good to see you, man. And then who was this? I don't know how that Wolf. Wolf. Is that like a wolf? Oh yeah. Cheers, Mr. Self-Destruct. But yeah, I'm trying not to talk while I'm chewing. Get in, Mr. Self-Destruct's he's in the comic skate scene that I talk about some and into comics and stuff too. Oh, hey, Ozzy. I'm not going to type in chat. Well, that's fine if you don't type in there. If you're just on here, like, watching. Oh, I got my shirt on, you know. No sign of intelligent life here. I did put my necklace on. I feel a little better now. I ate, oh, is it? Yeah, it's because I'm going through YouTube, I guess. When I make my videos, when I make my videos and stuff, it makes it right. But I don't know about this. I don't know about there's something I got at Walmart last year or something. Damn. Sorry. I'm scratching my damn. Um. See, Mr. Self-Destruct, I sort of had a giveaway where I had the Cyber Frog warts and all, and then, like, I had gotten the first Cyber Frog on a discount that he did on eBay. It was like the ghost cover, and I'd done read them and everything, had them, but I did a giveaway, and Gideon had won it. There were about 2 people in there, but I was just letting Self-Destruct know, Gideon. GH hardest. Well, because he's into comics and stuff too, and he knows who Ethan Van. Like Gideon didn't know about Ethan Van Sciver or anything, but he's Mike's comic book, so he had entered. I just thought it was. I just wanted to share that. Thank you, Walt. Give me a second. I'm gonna grab a water out of my fridge real quick. Oh. Oh man. Okay, let's see what time it is too. Okay, it's 3:40. I might stay on here to about 4, guys, unless we're going good. But yeah, it's alkaline. I don't know if this one's. I did get 3 today, but this might be one that I filled up because I keep the containers too and then fill them up sometimes. Well, like if I'm not, if I'm doing pretty good and staying sober, I try to drink a lot of water and try to stay hydrated. I've been going through where I could tell I was kind of dehydrated there for a minute this past week. So, like some of my muscles and stuff were cramping up and stuff. So I've been, Leo, hey, trying to recognize anybody. If y'all have to forgive me if I don't recognize your names, but I appreciate being here. And I wasn't meaning that I wanted to cut it short or anything. I was just looking at the time and realizing that maybe if I think I'm going to end it, that would be a good goal, like a good time to maybe round it off at 4 o'clock, I guess. That'd be, we're at 1 hour, 20 minutes, which it doesn't really matter, but there are still things in my day that I want to get around to doing. So I'm sure people can understand that. I just enjoy when we go live and people show up. And Gideon, are you doing all right today? Or you said you were? Yeah, you said you were doing all right. Or, well, you said good to see you, and I said good to see you. And okay, I'm yeah, indeed, she's interesting. I, you know, like I like some of the things that it's like kind of a weird thing with Nietzsche to me. Like I hadn't read any Nietzsche in a long time, but I read some stuff. Back when I was growing up, like in high school, in my 20s, I went through that whole reading different philosophers and different cultural people that are behind some of the ways people are and think. And that's what I'm saying. Like Nietzsche, I thought was interesting, but it didn't appeal to me enough to keep on diving in deep. But see, nowadays, as an adult, like at 51 years old, I actually, over the past few years, I've thought numerous times, I ought to order me some Nietzsche, and just kind of like delve into it at this age and see what I get out of it. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Anyway, I don't want to say it because if I say it, that I don't know if I say the word, but the guy with. Anyway, I won't even bring it up because I'm not like. I've been told that the guy with that funny mustaches book was a good read, even though he was a horrible person. I don't know. I never read it. What I'm saying is, one of my mentors told me if I read it, it would teach me some stuff about the opposition or people that are that way. I don't know. Makes sense to me, I guess. Let's not talk about that, though. Isn't nihilism derived from Nietzsche? Or am I wrong? Why do I think that? I could be wrong about that. Okay. See my struggle. Oh, is that one of his also? Huh. I'm trying to place that name because sometimes it doesn't mean that I haven't learned that person's name at some point or who you're reading or have heard it or something, but I don't recall. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not able to. Oh, okay. Okay. Hey, this is a good conversation, guys. That's cool. Yeah, Mr. Shelterstruck, that's cool. Oh, yeah. Without saying it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right, that's what it means in English, doesn't it? Now you understand. I don't want to say the word. Cause I don't know, like, you know what I mean? I don't want to get like some, just because I said, yeah, you know what I mean. I guess I could say it. My channel ain't, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I know that those can be touchy words that the AI on YouTube will pick up and could, like even if it didn't cut this stream off right now, like just the fact that if I was to say it and talk about it too long, even if I wasn't saying anything bad, that's why I don't really even with the second channel, I'm not going to be talking about stuff like that really. I will delve into some. I got some interesting thoughts coming that are going to be explored over there at some points. But I'm liking taking. So, that's what I'm saying, Mr. Shelter Truck. It might not push it out to. It would catch it, maybe not cut stock mirrors or be like, but keep it from being seen as much. And I never knew how far this would go with this YouTube thing, but I'm enjoying it while it's here. And what I really need to do is I want to do a Rumble also at some point. That'll be a lot of effort and time put in, but once I get over, if I can do one over there, that would be where I might do a once a week thing there. Start a Rumble channel, be putting some different stuff over there. Right. I appreciate y'all being here. I'm going to stand up again. Oh, man. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah. I got to figure out. I still got to get the... Well, I'm just thankful that everybody pretty been respectful to each other too. For the most part, there's been only a few times that I've had a little bit of somebody trying to be like facetious or something, you know, trying to be funny. I can take jokes, but I don't like. I'm mindful that sometimes there's a time and place. Like if I was going to be doing a stream like where I thought we might be delving into some really more like adult type topics and graphic stuff, and there could be some like, you know, like a kind of a free for all live stream, then I'd probably put an age restriction on it. You know what I mean? Like if we were covering some really gnarly topic and I had some other people on and stuff, I wouldn't want to leave it up just for anybody to see, like under 18 or something. Because I mean, just because I read from Jesus Calling and try my best not to do certain things in my life, doesn't mean that, you know, sometimes I might want to do a stream that where anybody can kind of just say whatever they want. And nobody, you know, like, even in the chat, because like if you, that, like, the reason sorry that I'm just eating a bunch while y'all are watching me. I guess I don't mean sorry. Did you work today, Mr. What do you, well, anyway, I'll talk to you on, I'll DM you or something on X or something, stuff. Maybe not today, but I'll hit you up sometime to talk more personal, you know, like right here ain't the place to be talking like about asking you a bunch of questions about yourself. I'm glad to hear this is turning out to be a pretty decent stream so far. Like James has been here, then he left, then he came back, and it's really cool. What's that say? Somebody commented on one of my videos, I guess, saying something you listened to my mind, tell me what was better for me. And they're correct. I think they're commenting on the video where I said that person offered that I could spend my money on alcohol if I wanted. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to. I was about to, and I didn't. Okay. Oh, that's right. On Saturday, you kept saying you had a 3-day weekend, so that must have meant, like, you worked Friday, you were off Saturday, Sunday, and then you're going to be off today. And is it because like, I never did catch why you were having a 3-day weekend? And well, no, you said you hurt yourself yesterday. Anyway, maybe you were all Friday and you just, I get it. You hurt yourself yesterday, so it wouldn't have been why. So I used my brain. I thought a minute. Oh, look at old bigger ass. There you go. I'll tell you a real good book. I think I got it right here. I love it. I only read it once. I'm going to read it again here soon. Oh, where'd I put it? Oh. I think it's in my room. But C.S. Lewis, Mere Christianity. I like how he describes the world in Mere Christianity. If you've ever read it, he says, think of us on a planet, like on a hostile planet. Like we've been, boom, we've landed on like enemy territory. Like once you become like aware of your purpose and your interaction with the Creator, and you kind of like starting to sync up with those kind of things. Anyway, I'd recently uncovered it again, and so that's why I took it in my room, because it's sitting on the desk in there, so that I consciously will remember that at some point here soon I want to pick that book up. And I actually am thinking about maybe taking the time to share some of it on the channel. Like, there's some pretty interesting, cool stuff in it, I think. Oh, yeah. You tell Mr. Self-Destructive, speedy recovery. Man. Let's see. Somebody has left me, somebody's left me a message. Probably a telemarketer or something, or whatever. I'm gonna put that up. I'm trying to think what my next thing I need to do is. Like, I'm trying not to think too far ahead, but I'm just trying to be mindful. So that's the only reason sometimes I may seem like I hate to end anything when it's going well. But if one thing you got to know about me, sometimes I might not have anything, like I can't think right now. Like sometimes I can, I know there's things that I need to probably like kind of do that I want to do. And sometimes I can get distracted to where, like if I'm not paying attention, I'll get distracted with something and forget that I intended to do like such and such throughout the day. And that's why I have to be mindful sometimes. Yeah, like I'm thinking about how long I've been sitting again, like, because I've only gotten a couple of times, like, I'll let you know. We're almost close to, we got a few more minutes till 4. But I was just kind of letting everybody know, like anybody that might pop in here in the next few minutes, that it's not, like you guys have been here. I just want anybody that might, because the numbers are kind of popping up and down, so I know there might be someone watching that ain't talking in the chat, because we already know one person said they were just listening. So that's why I brought that up, was that there's been times that I'm about to end the chat and then like a couple people just pop in that weren't there, and it's like, you know, you feel kind of like Plus, I got to use the bathroom. I do have to do that too. Oh, but it's a nice day outside, so like I said, I'm going to put some time outside here after I get off here too. Stretch, breathe in some fresh air and all that. Maybe go for a walk. Just down the side road here. So, oh yeah. Okay, I see where you said I like Narnia, but I'm not familiar with Sis. Yeah, I know. G.H. Hart, or I mean, Gideon. But okay. See, we'll talk about C.H. Lewis another time. And I just seen where he talked about. I was the same way. Like I knew who C.S. Lewis was, and I remember learning about him in school. But all I kind of really knew was Narnia until a friend of mine told me about all these other things he wrote, like some fictional and some. Like the guy gave me a book one time. There's another book I have by him that's a fictional book. Yeah, later. I'm about to get off here. But there's another fictional book about this guy that died and he's like on his way to heaven, like, and or he's kind of like he finds himself kind of in purgatory, but like all these people around him think that they're like, I don't know, it's like weird. It's like an interesting story because like it goes from different levels where you're waiting on a bus and then it takes him to another place, and you know when he walks on the grass in the beginning it hurts his feet because he ain't learned to like toughen up yet, and that's why people are scared of making their way on to the final place that you're trying to get to. Huh? Oh, I'll have to pull it out too. I've got it somewhere here. But that's something else. Oh, it's called the here it is. Before I end this, that's what I'll talk about real quick. The Great Divorce. That's the C.S. Lewis book that my friend gave me. This ain't the exact copy. But let me read the preface. Let's see. Or maybe. Here it is. The writer in a dream boards a bus on a drizzy afternoon, embarks on an incredible voyage through heaven and hell. He meets a host of supernatural beings far removed from his expectations and comes to significant realizations about the ultimate consequences of everyday behavior. This is the starting point for a profound meditation upon good and evil. If we insist on keeping hell or even earth, we shall not see heaven. If we accept heaven, we shall not be able to retain even the smallest and most intimate sovereigns of hell. I guess that was like from, I don't know, a quote or something. But that was like a summarization. You're right. Yeah, it's a lot of metaphor. And you can see it's not like a big, it's not like a, like it's something you can read easily in a day or a couple of days, depending on like what your time schedule is. Like I read when I got it, cause my friend gave me a copy years ago when I was on the streets and he met up with me, and that's when I was first introduced to like he didn't know. Like I said, yeah, I know who C.S. Lewis is, and then he starts talking about this. He gives me this book or a copy of this book back then, and then tells me about Mere Christianity. Oh man, you gotta read that. Well, it wasn't until this past year that I finally ordered a used copy off eBay of Mere Christianity and read it. But I also ordered this because I remembered it being really if you ever get a chance, I highly suggest it. That might be something I ought to think about. So, but yeah, I think I'm gonna roll out of here. And probably need to put my phone on charge. And like I said, I gotta use the bathroom and stuff. And then I'm gonna step outside and do some stretching and breathing. So my dogs are wrestling outside up against the trailer. Until next time, guys, Mr. Grey Cloud here, says of the eternal moment. And if you don't know, when I say ditto, you got to know this. I love you. That's what it means. And it's in memory of Sarah. God bless. God rest her soul. Y'all have a good one.